Yo, hello, beautiful people. We are here with another day of the NBA show. If you want to be a friend, tell a friend if you enjoy the show. So let's grow this thing. I know it's the NBA offseason, but let's get this thing blowing. But thank you for every single one of you who hop in and join us. Waiting for Jackson here to join us. I'm also going to put the ticketer up. We got a few things to talk about the NBA as we navigate through the most dull, the most stagnant, the most uneventful part of the NBA offseason where we basically are sitting here with our hands on our dicks waiting for shit to happen. It's always an exciting time. The biggest news we've had all week was, sadly, as we talked about yesterday, the the passing away of a legend, Mr. Bill Russell. Listen to our show yesterday here, discuss this, but we have a few things to talk today. Miles Turner. We also are going to continue the off-season grades, reactions, and reviews that we begun yesterday. So that'll be something fun. Jackson has joined us, buddy. How you
What's
doing?
good?
No, man.
Doing all right. I'm having really bad Wi-Fi issues, so let me know if it happens today, and I'll go upstairs for tomorrow.
You're golden right now, but dude, that's another thing. Like when I look for a place, and when you look for, if you haven't found a place yet, you better make sure it has connection to FiOS, fiber optic. Like
What's that?
what? Do you not? Did you
How do
not grow
you?
up? Do you not have? Did you not grow up with FiOS or fiber optic internet,
I don't know what that is. I don't
bro?
have Wi-Fi half the day. It's quite inconvenient at times.
Okay, so I grew up with FiOS, Verizon FiOS, okay, and it's called optical fiber. And optical fiber is like this transparent, like glass type fiber. And fiber optic is known for being way better than like high speed wireless broadband. And fiber optics, basically, you can Google Fiber, Verizon, and I think like a few other. You basically, the minimum is 1 gigabyte up and down, and you can get up to I think like 50 gigabytes up and down. Like
I have
your
like,
internet's like this. Like you
is
download
it
it,
really?
you can download like a 50 like gigabyte video in like 1 minute.
So is that what you have right now?
No, because I don't have
Oh, okay.
access to it because like I'm an idiot. But I grew up. My dad, I told you, IT like super. He would only buy houses that had access to fiber optic. Or
Damn. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and assume I'm not getting that.
no, no, no. But
Like,
you can go on a website. It's a government website, I think, and it's literally like a .gov, and it tells you. You type in your address, and it tells you what internet providers you have access to in that area.
that's pretty cool.
So, like when you look for your house, make sure you
Apartment.
either apartment or yeah, just your place, your place. You know what I mean. Look for an apartment that has connection to fiber optics or has at least 100. Like right now, I pay for the most expensive plan, which is like $80 a month, broken up between three people, so it's like 27. And I write it off too. So like shout out the government for letting me write that off. And I get like I think it's 150, which is shit, but like it's better than most people.
Hmm.
I've just been like fortunate to like live my whole life with fiber optics.
I actually don't really think about Wi-Fi too much. What I think more about is noise. Like I lived when I first started making YouTube videos, I lived in like a perfect apartment on my own floor. Like all my roommates, we had a 2 floor and they all lived upstairs. But
You had a two-floor
last year,
apartment?
yeah, it was crazy. We
That's so
lived with
dope.
5 dudes. But
Oh, that's awful
then I
sounding.
moved and like I could hear like people having sex like really clearly. Like if you had a conversation, I could hear it every single word very clearly. I could hear when my downstairs neighbor woke up, I could hear when she had a conversation with her neighbor, when she was on the phone, when she sang, when she got home. Like I could hear if I like sat down, like when I was sick, this is stuff I would hear. But like that always freaked me out. I've never dealt with that ever before. So when it got to like 10 o'clock at night, I had to just kind of like say, like, yeah, I'm done making videos. So do you ever think about that? Because now that I'm moving in less than a month, I'm thinking to myself, like, damn, I really hope that there's like hurricane walls so that I can do like 2 a.m. streams if I need to.
Well, the difference is like you're going in a month. I have 10 months till I move to Florida, and my hope is in 10 months you grow, I grow. By the time I get out there, we hit up some people to sponsor like whatever our channels or this channel, and at that point we rent an office space.
Yeah, but so still for your videos,
I would
like I know
we would record everything at the office space.
but what? Yeah, I'd be there all day, every single day. I guess that's like the point. But
That's the point. Yeah,
what if breaking news occurs and you got to hop on a video? And
I do that in my fucking room. I don't give.
Yeah,
a fuck.
Exactly. That's not that big of an issue.
That's
I guess
not that
if you have
big.
a studio, then
Yeah,
to
yeah.
make a couple of videos. If
You would just do like you would start doing YouTube shorts at that point. You'd be like,
fuck that. No, those are that got me demonetized.
Dude, no,
YouTube
I've noticed like there's a few like, is that like the thing to do? Because I see a bunch of guys who like have grown really quick. They post 1 or 2 normal videos a week, but then you click on their profile because it doesn't show up on your feed. They just have like like 2 or 3 NBA shorts they do a day.
I don't know how they have it not on the feed, because that's my like I had a video get like 2 million on Will Upton recently, but
Oh, what?
it made maybe like it was, I forget, it was like something Luca. I think it was Luca goofing off at the All-Star game. I got like 2 million views. I got like 2,000 subs. I made like 20 cents from it, and
Off a
they
YouTube short?
demonetized me. Yeah. And it didn't do anything for my algorithm. Like I read a Twitter thread saying like I'm getting like 500K a day posting these YouTube shorts. Here's why you need to be posting them too. But I not only think it's unappealing to view on my page, like, oh, it's a reel, it's not a video, it's ugly, there's no thumbnail. And I also think that they're a complete waste of time because they don't generate any money.
Have
I
I
haven't seen
done?
them generate any extra clicks?
How is everyone getting a 500? Am I doing this wrong? I have made so many reels, and I think my most popular reel has like 50,000 views, and it's a video that I posted 10 years ago, basically, on YouTube of a gay guy at a summer business camp I went to when I was like 14, so like 8 years ago. It's a video from 8 years ago taken on an iPhone like 4 of a gay black guy saying "suck my ass," and it's like 3 seconds, and that video gets like, I think, like 2,000 views a day.
Whoa.
But it's limited monetized. It's only monetized in certain countries because I guess a gay black guy screaming "suck my ass."
I don't think you would have
like
made
that.
much anyways.
Hey, dude, it's popping. It's popping. And the picture, the thumbnail is SpongeBob SquarePants going like this, "suck my ass," with the rainbow.
Oh yeah, the rainbow.
Imagine, yeah. All right, let's hop back on The Athletic. What we were talking about yesterday.
Oh shit! Then do you want me to invite him?
Oh, did you want to do the reactions with him? What do you want to discuss before he comes on? We have a guest coming on. Yes.
I don't know. All I know is he wants to talk Pelicans, Grizzlies, and Knicks, and the Rockets.
So let's just do the other teams.
The Rockets are next.
Let's not talk about those specific teams.
Yeah.
You seem hesitant. I mean, unless you want to talk about Ray John Tucker going to Australia or Miles Turner going to Africa with no phone and stepping into a third world civilization to address the trade rumors and to clear his mind.
Right.
Yeah. He is. That's what Miles Turner. That's why you haven't heard Miles Turner tweet. He went and spent time in Africa, which is very cool, which is awesome, and very unique. But yeah, he went to Africa to clear his headspace, basically, in layman terms. There's more to the article, but yeah. And then Noah Vonleh back in the NBA signed a 1-year deal with the Boston Celtics. Also, you see how jacked Kawhi Leonard looks?
No, I did not. It's good to hear.
He looks freaking ripped. Here,
I
we'll
love
play
it.
the clip.
Oh, yeah.
Also, I just realized I did not tag this video whatsoever.
Steve will do it, and 6ix9ine we're in South America. In other news,
Really? Doing what?
Gang shit in the favelas. It was pretty cool.
Oh, I saw that.
Bro.
Where was that?
South America.
No, like
yeah,
what
he
country?
is looking big.
Yeah, doesn't he look good?
Somewhere in South America, I don't know. Wherever the favelas are.
That's in Brazil. I don't know if they're going to the favelas. I think they I thought he went to like Puerto
Rico. They
were
at the favelas.
That's fucking crazy.
They made a video with the head of the favelas and they were blurred out. It's pretty cool. But I'm trying to find I don't really like the Nelt guys, but I'm trying to find a CEO for golf balling. Like they do.
You are the CEO. You need a CFO.
No, dude. Well, there's not even there's a CEO and president of Nelk. Like, yeah, there's a president and then there's also a CEO.
Yeah, what you should say the CEO. That makes you the richest. You need a CFO and a marketing director.
I technically have a CFO. It's in his LinkedIn, although I never officially gave him that title. So it's really annoying, but he's my good friend. But anyways,
like low-key
I want a CEO. I don't want to do work. I just want to do content. I've been doing work for 9 years.
Yeah, but the thing is you being the CEO is you stay the decision maker. If you make someone your CEO, you become a bitch.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's not enough money coming in for me to be the decision maker. I don't think I should be the decision maker.
Well, you want to stay the CEO. You want to stay the guy who gets the most money, the most, the face of it. A CEO, if you got a CEO, that guy would have to pay you to be the CEO. But then you become his bitch, and then you give someone control that isn't you.
Nelk seems to be doing just fine with someone else at the helm.
They probably got invested, and someone probably gave them a shit ton of money and was like, "Look, if I give you all this money, I'm CEO."
That's what I want. Then. I wish there's like articles on like businesses.
I personally think you should get someone like a marketing / social media person, and then.
But that's all I'm good at. I'm not great on the business side, and that's the only side I'm like somewhat competent in.
What you need for your golf balling is if you wanted to start creating content, you needed like a camera guy / editor just to basically follow you on your golf trips.
I invited one of my viewers to live with me, and I'll pay his rent for the whole 6 months.
And what you need is that person to basically, I guess, quote unquote, be like your editing servant and content, and you just compensate them. And they basically, whenever you do anything golfing, they record you, they make it into a YouTube video, a TikTok video, an Instagram video, a story, yada yada, put it on like 4 platforms, and you do that day in and day out.
You know how hard it is to find somebody even when you're paying rent and paying them? Like,
just literally tweet it, bro. That's how
why is it so hard? I don't understand it.
Just tweet it.
It's and free rent.
Just
come
tweet
live in Florida for a year.
Literally tweet, "Hey, I'm looking for an editor, cameraman. to come live in Florida with me,
I don't
and
want some dork.
you'll get so
Dork.
many responses that you can vet them all.
I
So I need to
doubt it.
figure out. I'm going to LA in like the next.
Are you
few
really?
days.
Oh yeah.
Not next few days, next few weeks. Well, so one of my boys, he just finished filming Bryce Hall's movie. He's gonna go film Saw 10, and he's gonna go film some slave documentary. And we're trying. I need to fly out to LA for 2 to 4 days. He has 2 of my screenplays that he's fucking with. We're gonna hammer it out, and then he has a few exec connections, and then I have my girlfriend's dad made this movie. So he has a few connections. So I'm going to fly out to LA and I meet some executives to try to sell my show or my movie.
Whoa, that'd be so sick. I mean, it's
So-
sick at Chatterall.
But so I don't know when, but I'll be going out to LA probably in August or September for 2 to 4 days. But yeah, right here. Let me see if it's. Damn, Aaron. You got your hands full, bud.
Good.
How you doing, Aaron? Hey, it made 2.6. I'm trying to find. Let me see the fucking producers. I hate.
This is your dad's movie?
No, not my dad's. My girlfriend's dad. Right here.
Oh yeah. Still, fuck.
Right here. That's
Is that him?
Yeah, he's co-executive producer.
Damn. So did he make a lot from this? There's a lot of names there.
The movie only made 2.6, and I think it cost like $1 million, and it's like a cult classic. Well, either way, the plan is I go to LA and 2 to 4 days, and I spend 1 day to 2 days on a shit ton of Adderall and caffeine. Finish it. Like the scripts are finished, but they're drafts. You need to finalize them, make them good. Plus, I'm very vulgar and like ostentatious. Like, let's just say my scripts aren't for the lighthearted. I'm talking about like like in one of them, I have a guy, if anyone's seen the In-Betweeners, where it's, you know, Jay from the In-Betweeners.
Which one's Jay? The blonde,
the blonde bangs. He was always like, I got a couple of fucking broads. You know, it was like, I'm like, I'm balls deep in bitches. And then he's like, never fucking a chick. Yeah, I have a character like him. I have like a character like him in there, and it's like dark satire about big tech, and it's just a stupid movie. But either way, let's go. So we're gonna do off-season grades. The teams that accept, the ones that what's his face wanted.
So I
have like 2 different drinks I'm drinking. That's fucking fantastic. I also have a donut in the fridge.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I'm trying to not eat a carb ever again, dude.
Dude,
I think there's carbs in donuts. There's no way that somebody can actually not eat a carb, dude. How can you not eat a donut if there's a donut right in front of you?
It's just American carbs that are bad. It's like if we lived in Europe and stuff, you could just eat their bread all day because
I could eat pastries and shit.
Yeah, because all it is in Europe is flour, water, and I think it's yeast.
And here there's like oils and shit.
Dude, if you look at a bread ingredient list, it's like 30 ingredients.
I want to go buy a donut like desperately right now.
Do it, bro. Yo, I played a guy who was 6'7" fucking yesterday in basketball. I mean, he was like probably like 35. So I had like, I mean, he's pretty out. He had athleticism to him. I blocked him twice, but it was. Also, I'm like 6'1", so like I'm not like short, and I have like 6'4" arms, so it's like I'm not short in my own right. But holy fuck, dude! I like going inside, and I like driving, but I couldn't drive, so literally all I was doing, I had to just basically do crossovers and step backs and or just have to create space and shoot over him and stuff. Dude, it was honestly because we were just playing 1v1. He asked me if I wanted to play. I was like, sure. It was honestly so fucking draining. Like I wasn't drained, but at the same time, normally I don't get as drained when I'm playing 1v1. But this was all just, I think, because I was playing hard defense because he was bigger than me, so I was trying not to let him inside the paint and force him to shoot. This is just really nerdy. You play basketball like this? Do you play go to the rec, or do you play outdoors?
I mean, yeah, when I was in school, when I lived by it, but I don't know. I don't really like our rec. My buddy got punched in the face last time we were at the rec, and he got banned forever.
Loyola, Chicago?
He didn't do anything wrong, yeah.
What did he get punched in the face for?
They take him to the ER and get stitches.
Did he have
I forget. He said something goofy to the guy. I don't remember.
He said something.
It wasn't punch-worthy. It wasn't punch-worthy, but it was something goofy. I can't remember.
So he deserved it?
No. And the guy who punched him had no repercussions, but my buddy got banned. So he dropped out and got a job. And now he's killing it. Crazy. Plays handles. Tall people get frustrated. Yeah, there's no one ever goes to the outside. I'm outside every day, but there's no one ever there. Which I kind of like. I can take my shirt off, let the nips fly, and
I
a nice all around tan.
People only get pissed at me when they clearly aren't kids who played basketball. I'm just aggressive. I'm a very aggressive basketball player, especially on defense. But
yeah,
the casual, I'm just very persistent and pesky, and people get annoyed.
People don't like that.
They don't like that.
Really
they don't.
Annoying.
Yeah, and I'm very handsy, so people are like, "You're fouling."
Play something else.
Yeah, so people are like,
fouling.
Yeah, so people will be like, it's usually just white kids who you can tell, who show up wearing Adidas sneakers, and you're like, bro, or they're wearing Vans, and you're like, fuck you, and it's just they're like, you're fouling me. I'm like, no, I'm just handsy. If you want me to foul you, I'll fucking tomahawk chop your arm,
tomahawk.
There's a difference. If I want to. If I foul you, I always will call it. I'll be like, if I foul someone in the rec, I'll real quickly go you want to call it? And majority of the time, they're like, nah. Unless I really impeded what they were trying to do, they're just like, nah. And I'm the same way. I don't call shit. I don't call shit unless it's completely blatant, that's just the name of the fucking
call
game.
It unless I get hit in the face or something.
That's what I'm saying. Unless
street ball wise. Yeah, I guess in the rec it's a little bit different.
No. It's the same philosophy. Unless you fucking deck me or you literally slap the shit out of my hand, or that again, if it's obvious, a completely obvious foul that everyone and their mother.
Yeah. Or if you can hear it and it's really loud. Unless you hear it. I guess there's plenty of times where you it sounds really bad and you don't even really feel it, the slap. But
Max, I love that.
We gotta play. I'll be in my freaking Vans.
I'll be in my Vans. I'll bring you basketball shoes. What are you, a 9?
I'm an 11.
11. Oh, look at you. I'm a 13.
Got a big cock.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was I can find you some of my middle school shoes or something.
Hey.
I actually probably
want Hardens so desperately. One day I'll get Hardens.
These are my shoes. I have them right here. They're
6'10". Taylor basic as
fucker. I have a Roku bag as my, or not Roku, Rock
TV.
No, Raka RVCA Raka.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
RVCA
themed.
I have Kyrie's.
Oh, nice.
They're nice. They're Kyrie 2s, I think.
Shoes?
Huh? New shoes?
How often do people get new basketball shoes? Yeah, a yearly.
I mean, I don't get them super often. Probably ask Max or Aaron. How
Oh,
often
true.
do you guys get your shoes? Dude, I get a new shoe when like the laces right here, the holes will start to break after. Just basically when the shoe for me it starts
Falls
to
apart.
falls apart. Yeah,
Mm, I got you.
and
Cause I got these D Roses and they're so shitty. They're like the D Rose ones.
these are like my favorite. But I've fallen in love with these
You
Adidas. Fuck these.
Adidas.
Uh, yeah, the Adidas. That's how you say it. Adidas.
What?
It's Adidas. Yes, it's Adidas is how Americans say it.
Agendas?
Okay, that's another. Yeah, Aaron also said you
Till they
another
get
good
smooth.
till they get smooth. So like I still
Every
have
2 weeks.
I have like really I have a shit ton of tread left. So I can
Aaron's got a
keep
huge cock too. I see.
I
Yeah, that's what it's called, the tread.
yeah, the tread. And yeah, like he said, when the tread, but I wear, like I told you, you wear slides. You only wear your shoes on the court. As soon as you
Yeah.
walk off the court, you take off the shoes.
Yeah.
That's how same
It's
thing
like
with
going
your,
to hockey.
yeah, exactly. And like same thing with I have two different balls I use. I have an indoor ball and I have an outdoor ball.
Oh, word. Fuck, dude. What's that? What's that word? Did anyone play? Did you play hockey? What's that word where someone dresses at home?
Jesus Christ,
Because
Max over here.
I know I don't know how you get them every 2 weeks, dude. You're like a
Aaron,
professional golfer.
that's what I'm just thinking. I'm about to buy either these new Adidas's or I wanted to buy. Fuck, there
I
was
love that.
what how I say it, just like how it's meant to be
Adidas.
said.
I'm
Adidas.
definitely saying that forever now. Yeah, Adidas.
Go to Europe and everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, you're wearing Adidas? Adidas."
And Puma? Puma?
Puma,
Puma?
Puma,
Puma?
Puma, Puma, Puma,
Puma?
Puma.
Puma?
But Puma. And no, definitely it's cool. I think what I'm gonna do with those Kyries once I get a new pair, I'm gonna make those Kyries my outdoor shoes, and I either am gonna get the Adidas or I was looking at some Diodoras, like 1980s Italian basketball shoes. You into that shit?
Damn. No, sorry. I'm looking up. I was trying to think of what the word is for a home dresser, like someone in hockey who doesn't who doesn't put it on at the rink. And this is the Urban Dictionary. It's called a home dresser. It's hockey players,
Oh,
usually children, who put on their gear at home because they are too stupid, inept, or retarded to do it at the rink. Generally have poor hockey skills, life skills, and tend to be socially awkward.
dude, I want these fucking so bad. I want these so fucking bad. This has became a sneaker show. Oh my god. These are the other
Whoa.
these Curry.
$200. Fuck.
That's nothing. Curry. I'm just kidding. That is like hella
For
expensive.
basketball, dude, fuck.
You're dropping like for a good pair 80 at least. And that's like if you get them a little like from like a few generations ago.
At least.
Like if you get like last year's models, you could get them for 80, like maybe even 60 if you go to Foot Locker. You can get last year's shoes for like real cheap guys. That's what I
$60
saw.
Vans are the move.
You can get like
This
60
is not the
$80.
move.
I saw like Giannis, I think twos for like 65 at Foot Locker. I don't like Giannis's shoes, but that's a good deal. But for someone like Steph Curry, dude, I would pay like, these are the ones.
I'd pay that right there, 140.
140 for these pink Flotros. They're called Flotros. They are so sick.
Can you wear these outside or no?
Oh yeah, I mean, but like, I'm not into wearing. Look at this bad boy. Oh my god,
I can't buy that to play only outside.
Why?
Damn, dude, I want that so badly.
That
just feels
no
shitty.
no laces on that bitch.
That is sexy.
And then this is the black one.
Yeah. Next.
Isn't that sick?
Not the black one, but yeah.
Yeah, I would get.
That looks like a. They don't even. The black one doesn't even look like a basketball shoe. It looks like a dress shoe.
Yeah, I'm a size 13. So you guys have humongous feet. I thought I had big feet. All right, you want to?
Do you read that? Yeah, do you want me to send it to him or something?
Yeah, send it to him. You have the link.
You see that?
What?
I have like the funniest story from when I was in middle school learning about sex, but I don't think I've ever said it on the show. I don't think it's appropriate enough.
These ones are.
You.
No, let me find the right one.
Yeah, exactly. Indoor and outdoor. I can't wear those outdoor, dude. That's just like it feels like disrespectful to the show.
No, you need. I don't have the money to spend it right now, but I'm gonna
just
make
said
this.
200 is nothing.
Yeah, but like I'm not trying to drop 200 right now on shoes, but that is nothing on shoes, dude. Some fucking go for. This is what I want.
It's a fifth of rent right there. Ooh.
Huh?
It's a fifth of rent. $200.
Let me see. I want to see.
Man, I can't wait to make 6 figures in a year. God damn.
That's why I'm gonna have multiple incomes,
just
bro.
Buy all these freaking shoes. We can just buy these shoes and like, all right, Aaron, you win this contest. Here, what's your address? Or send our address later.
Did you send it to Swaggy?
I think that's so ugly. Yeah.
Isn't this shoe sick?
No, I think it's so ugly.
This one?
Oh, actually, yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't like that side at all.
That's really, I think they're fucking sick.
My penis is on average, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm looking at a piece of art or something like that I don't understand right here.
It is
like an abstract piece or something.
See,
I'm at the Art Institute. I don't know what I'm looking at here.
When I have money to blow, I need to get a pair of outdoor shoes. Well, I'm gonna make my current indoor shoes my outdoor shoes, but I want to get either these or the Currys. I think the Currys are sexier.
Those are so sexy, dude. Come on, buy them on stream.
Buy them on stream. Yeah, drop 140. Actually, I'm about to buy a TV, so.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm about to buy a 50. I'm trying to get a 60-inch, but if not, it's gonna be a 55-inch Toshiba Fire TV.
Damn, I gotta buy a new fucking PlayStation.
Oh, dude, Max. Okay, did you send it to Swaggy?
I did send it, but
I mean, are we getting ghosted?
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen Puma's basketball shoes?
Oh, you know what? I forgot to tell him you can only be on Google.
I actually have a few pairs of Pumas.
Pew, pew, pew.
Dude, I swear they had other ones.
Bitches be tripping. What's that from? Bitches be tripping. Sounds Will Ferrell-esque.
What are who's with Trey Young? Okay.
Hey, yo,
yo.
Swaggy. Breaking news.
Yo.
Do you have any thoughts on this?
Breaking news? Wait,
bitches
what?
be tripping.
Oh, I know. I was watching.
Oh,
I'm showing you.
It's from Impractical Jokers. I remember now.
Yeah, I never liked Impractical Jokers.
Yeah, fuck you.
You like Impractical Jokers?
It's like probably one of my favorite shows of all time.
Dude, my roommate loved that, and he tried to get me to watch the movie, and I was just like, if I'm gonna watch any prank related show, I'm gonna watch or movie, I'm gonna watch Jackass. Like Impractical Jokers is Jackass, but like for families.
Yeah,
that's true.
You should maybe you would like the beginning then, because I mean it's still like not really family great, some of them, but like I get what you mean. The early days, I feel like they were a lot, like they were really freaking ballsy. Like they.
Well, I must have only I must have only seen like the most recent ones where they're literally just at a restaurant and they're like, just act like an asshole in the restaurant, basically. But like they say it in kinder words, and the guy's just being
The funniest guy left, which really sucks. So show's probably falling off now. How you doing, Sway?
Yeah, how you
Yeah,
doing,
so-
Swaggy?
How's Connecticut?
No, I'm good, but I can't get my mic to connect to this for some reason.
It's fine. You sound perfect.
Yeah, you sound
okay.
fantastic. How you doing? I like the mustache. You literally look like you're about to be a state trooper.
Dude, that would be awesome.
Like that thing is thick almost. You're about to get it real. That'll be
Yeah.
like Tony Dungy mustache.
Oh yeah, I'm a Colts
Oh,
fan.
gee.
So
Yeah, you are a Colts fan.
Dude, he's a goat. That's like crazy. He just retired out of like
I don't
basically.
think I watch Pornhub.
Did he get fired or retired?
sure, he retired.
Tony Dungy.
Yeah,
I don't know. I feel like Dungy had to retire. He was one of the best
Yeah, he
coaches
was
ever,
amazing.
isn't he? Yeah.
he might have been pushed out. But
Oh yeah, there you go. Maybe.
all right, so
Can you
Swaggy.
get a zoom in?
Yeah, I'll zoom in. What teams were the ones Jackson was saying you had a few teams you wanted to talk about in mind?
Rockets.
Yeah.
Grizz, Knicks,
So
Phillies.
I mean, I could talk about any team, but I'm like, I know about the Rockets, Pelicans, Grizzlies, and Knicks. Those are like my teams.
All right, let's start with the Rockets, then we'll go Pelicans, then Grizzlies, and we'll finish with the Knicks.
Perfect.
All right.
All right. So right here, the Athletic gave them an A- with the acquisition of Ty Washington, Tari Eason, Jabari, brought back Jayshawn Tate, and they traded Christian Wood for, I guess, a plethora of guys that may or may not even be on the roster. I believe it's Sterling Brown, Marquise Chris, and Boban Marjanovic. What do you think so far of their offseason? What's your grade, or do you agree with the A-?
Oh, I'd give the Rockets probably an A+, no doubt. And I made a video on this too. I'm not just saying it. So the reason why I give them an A+ is just because if you look at who they drafted, they got Jabari Smith, which is exactly what they needed. He's 6'10", good defender, can shoot the 3-ball. He doesn't give you a lot of shot creation, but they've got Jalen Green and Kevin Porter Jr., so why would they need that anyway? Tari Eason honestly probably looked like the best player in the summer league on their roster. He was putting up monster numbers. I think he might have led the summer league in rebounding, or he was up there for sure.
He did.
Yeah, so he's great. Ty Washington, I love. He reminds me a lot of Tyus Jones, because I cover the Grizzlies. So I feel like, honestly, I think he's going to start sooner rather than later, dude. He's just a great playmaker, good floater. He's not like athletic, but he's next to Kevin and Jalen. So like that's why the Rockets drafted so well, because everyone they got is exactly what they needed, because they needed a true playmaker next to Jalen and Kevin, because those guys like to score. Jayshawn Tate, yeah, they extended him on a cheap deal. I think it was 3 year, was it? Was it 3 year? I don't know
Like
exact
a little
details.
barely over 7.
I think 3 years, $30 million, right?
I think it's 21, dude.
Yeah, I think it was
21?
less than that.
I think it's something just like ridiculous how we got that. Yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't far off with that Royce O'Neal deal.
I mean, it makes Royce O'Neal's deal look like a way too much money.
Yeah.
Actually, he can shoot the 3 though. I'd rather have Royce than Jay right now.
What'd you
Oh,
think?
yeah, I would too.
Swaggy, what'd you think of the trade, the Rockets trade, and do you think any of those players that they got in the trade are actually going to – I know Boban is for probably marketing purposes.
Yeah, so none of those guys will have any role whatsoever on the Rockets, but they traded Christian Wood, so that's why they won it, because they got rid of Christian Wood. I mean, you talk about a guy who he can't play defense. He doesn't really fit into like what they're trying to do at all. He's kind of – I don't want to say he's arrogant, because Wood's a good, genuine dude, but he's just like – he's like in his own head too much, dude, to like really get this going. So I'm glad they got rid of him. They also got Ty Washington from that, which makes it even better. So yeah, I love what the Rockets did this offseason. The thing is, they didn't really do like much, but they also did a lot at the same time. So it's like I like what they did.
What are they
a lot
going
of
to do?
internal.
Kevin Porter Jr. Is he the point guard?
Yeah. Ooh, he's not a point guard, but he's playing point guard. So that's kind of the thing.
Yeah, he's a combo guard
yeah.
with point guard like skills.
Yeah.
So do you think he stays, or do you think they try to move him?
Oh, they're going to extend him 100%. It's looking like what it's leaning towards. Both of them are like, I know are mutual right now on it.
What do you even give him? Do you give him an Anthony Simons deal, or do you give him more of whatever Colin Sexton was offered? I think 3 years, 39.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be Anthony Simons. I think those are two different players right now. at least in my opinion. But I do think it will be more towards Sexton. I could see that being fair.
Yeah, Simon's got basically Brunson money. I think 4 years, 100, which is fucking crazy for one season of production.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I think this year is pretty big for Kevin. I mean, I don't know. I don't like the idea of a 4-year 100 mil, but actually at all. But maybe he blows up.
Swag, you got a question from Aaron. What's your projection for the Rockets to be a playoff team in how many years?
So this season, the Rockets will not be a playoff team because they own their pick. But next season, the Thunder own that. So expect them to really go crazy in the offseason and trades to try to ramp it up because, again, they don't own their draft pick. So it'll be next season. They'll be a playoff team.
Who do you think's after this season would be the most expendable player on the roster?
That they could move or?
Yeah, could move to acquire, like you said, to speed it up, quote
okay.
unquote, similar to like the Hawks did when they acquired Bogdan and Gallinari.
That's the thing about it is I really don't expect the Rockets to be too active in the trade market because if you look at the roster, they drafted every single player basically. So I think honestly they'll build through the draft, but then they'll get aggressive in free agency because they're going to have so much money to work with. And who doesn't want to go to Houston, dude, to play with Jalen Green and these loyal fans that they've got? I mean, this team won 17 games a year ago, and people were still talking about the Rockets. Like, it's crazy fan base for sure. So
my only doubt with that is it would be fantastic in theory to be able to continue to build with the roster and with the draft picks they'll draft next year. But I think the problem will be minutes. People will get upset because it'll stagger the development of certain players. If next year they quote unquote go into a full on pursuit to make the playoffs and bring in vets, this year we had KJ Martin basically say, hey, I don't see a road for me to have consistent minutes, so please trade me. How do they, you know what I mean? That's my one.
Yeah.
That in the future, maybe a few more guys come out, like, I don't know if Jay Sean Tate, but maybe, Garuba or, one of their guards come out and be like, bro, you guys keep drafting players. Now you're signing dudes. I'm like the 15th guy on the roster. Please trade me.
Yeah, I know. I definitely get that point.
Because they're all first-round picks, and if you're a first-round pick, you want to be playing all 4 years of that contract.
I just feel like they have to buy into it, though. Like, if anyone came up to me and said that, I wouldn't have a problem moving them because you've got to buy into this. Like, it shouldn't be about who gets what minutes. It's about winning games and winning a championship. So, at the end of the day.
That is very true. I just try to think about it in the terms of a player like a KJ Martin, or another guy that I'm trying to think of is what's his face? Josh Christopher, another late first round pick. Yeah. What if he gets pushed down? Those guys are trying to get a second contract. That's what my one thing is. Everyone's trying to get a second contract. You're not going to get that big of a one. So
if you're Jacob will be fine for this year. I'm thinking more of the guys like Daisha Nix, Usman Garuba, KJ Martin.
Yeah, Daisha Nix, no one talks about him. He looked good by the end of the year in G League.
Yeah, he's a G League beast, but I don't know if he'll even make the roster with all the pickups that they have. But I kind of like this A- because I don't like the Pistons got the Pistons got Duran for Jeremy Grant, who in my opinion is worse than Wood, and we got some late first, which is still fine, but I think it's a little too early to probably really grade either of those trades. Hopefully it works out in our favor.
I think, dude, honestly, I think I like Grant more than Wood. Like, he's not a better player, but I feel like you can actually put him on a championship team and it'll help them. Is the thing.
I agree.
I agree. He's a good fourth option.
He was great on the Nuggets, dude, when they had him.
Jeremy Grant, I think people just at this point just view him, oh, who's this guy put up stats like on a bad team? But like Swaggy just said, he was the Swiss Army knife for that Denver Nuggets team. I believe he was on the team that went to the Western Conference Finals against the Lakers in the bubble.
Yeah.
and people don't realize Aaron Gordon was their attempt in trying to replace Jeremy Grant, and Aaron Gordon still hasn't been able to reproduce what Jeremy Grant could do, because Jeremy Grant's a good slasher. He's became a decent 3-point shooter, and like you said, he's more of a fourth option, but he's just a guy who's so versatile. I love Jeremy Grant.
I feel like he's terrible on defense.
He's
I don't like Jeremy
his
Grant
calling
like that.
his calling cards defense, I always thought.
Yeah, no,
I'd
he
rather
can
have
defend.
Wood any day of the week.
So
I don't
here, let's
remember him at all last year.
we
He said
said Pistons. You said, what was it? Grizzlies, Pistons. What were your teams, Swaggy?
it was Pelly's.
Oh.
We already did this.
Yeah, I mean, those are the teams that I know really well.
Oh, here's the Grizzlies. So they gave a B- with, D'Anthony Milton leaving, Slow-Mo leaving. They gave John Conchar and John Morant and Tyus Jones all extensions. They brought in Danny Green. They also drafted Jake LaRavia, David Roddy. I believe they also got Kenneth Lofton, Kennedy Chandler, and I think it's Vince Williams was the other guy they brought on a two-way. And they still have a plethora of options, but this team basically very much the same with like 4 or 5 rookies. What do you give them? I think they got a B+. I think a B- is underscoring it because I think the team's a lot better.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of moving D'Anthony Melton. He was, especially Kyle Anderson, because part of the reason why the Grizzlies were so good last season is because those guys were top 10 in steals and coming off the bench. Or well, actually, Anderson started some games, but when fully healthy, those two guys are coming off the bench. But yeah, I think a B- is fair just because they didn't really do too much. Like Tyus Jones, I'm glad they brought him back. Like if they didn't do that, dude, we'd be talking about in the C territory. I'm glad they were able to do that. But yeah, I mean, John Conchar, I remember he had, what was it? End of the season, it was like a meaningless game, but I'm pretty sure he had a 30-point triple double? So he had like a crazy game. Yeah, at the end of the season. But yeah, Steven Adams, Dylan Brooks, Brandon Clark. Yeah, I guess we'll wait and see what happens with them. But I do like the rookies that they brought in, especially Lofton. Reminds me a lot of Zach Randolph. He's a big boy.
Big boy.
Yeah.
And then David Roddy. Is there going to be like PJ Tucker? I'm just excited for. It's going to be time for. I think Brandon Clark's more of their future center. I think the only one who's going to get an extension is Brandon Clark. I think Steven Adams and Dylan Brooks and Danny Green, they're just going to either trade by the deadline or let their contracts just expire, because I think they want to replace Dylan Brooks with either Zaire Williams or, one of the younger guys they drafted. While Steven Adams, we saw how useless he was in the playoffs. I think Brandon Clark and Jaren Jackson as a future front court's good. But I think Santi Aldama, Xavier Tillman, Kelly and Tilly, I think Jake LaRavia, and who else? I think that's all and Kenneth Lofton will all fight for the minutes that Jaren Jackson will give up until he's not going to come back till December.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be interesting to see. I personally think Santi Aldama is going to be that guy for them this year and shock people with Brandon Clark taking over the starting center role, with Steven Adams and Brandon Clark basically switching off as the starting center depending on the matchup, because Brandon Clark's just more switchable. And I don't know. I think I personally think it's a B+, because what they did was they instilled their belief that the young guys are going to take over for Kyle Anderson, and that, either Kennedy Chandler, I believe, who else is like their guards? Kennedy Chandler, Tyus Jones, John Conchar, Desmond Bain. I guess you would Zaire Williams could play some shooting guard. All those guys are going to be able to take over D'Anthony Milton's role. I just think they're like instilling the belief that the young guys will develop and take the jump. I think that's why I would give it a better.
I think that's retarded.
Yeah,
really?
I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't even like him. I guess I get the. I think B- is extremely generous. I guess maybe it's because of Ja. As Swaggy was saying, Tyus Jones is like. I mean, that was a huge dude. Tyus Jones is probably the best backup. Weren't you saying that? Like, he's probably the best backup point.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. They actually kind of are better without Ja, but it's not because of Ja. It's just because Tyus Jones is so damn good at moving the ball.
I don't. I wouldn't go as far as like I think they're like that they should trade Ja anytime soon, but I don't like they're very they just got the second seed. I don't think that their roster improved at all. If anything, it got
It
significantly
didn't.
worse for
It did
short
not
term.
improve.
So
Grizzly fans don't like to
Kyle
hear it, but
Anderson, Melton, I mean, those were two big pieces, especially defensively. If Jaren Jackson can ascend to a star, which I think he can, but I mean, you're missing him for a fat chunk. They just need somebody else. I don't know what they're. I guess you want to value continuity, but you also just had a 50-win season. You had the second most wins in the league. You're the second seed. You could have beat the Golden State Warriors. Like, I don't get why they think they're better. I don't.
I think they got
Unless,
bigger.
yeah, you're really hoping that
I think
they got bigger in what way?
because I
Kenneth
think
Lofton's not going to have any impact at all.
no,
this
they
whole
basically they drafted besides Kenny Chandler all bigs basically, but I think as the NBA moves away, like most NBA teams run one guard and then 2 to 3 wings with a center, like and I think they're gonna
But
try to
that's
run. What do you
these are
mean?
all rookies.
No, but I think
Who's
the
helping them
three
this season that
guys,
they drafted?
the 3 guys that they're gonna run at shooting guard and small forward, I think is gonna be a rotation, or 4 guys. Is the first 3 guys, Dylan Brooks and Desmond Bain, are going to be the starting shooting guard and small forward, with Danny Green bouncing between the shooting guard and small forward backup roles, with Zaire
Horrible
Williams doing
signing.
trade. They got him a first round pick for taking on Danny Green's expiring contract.
But they
I think
just
that
won
was
50+ games, man. What are they
Danny Green's a
building
three
for?
and D. What?
Danny Green is garbage.
won
Danny Red,
3 championships and with 3 separate teams
15 years ago.
and he's a veteran for this young Grizzlies team.
That is true.
I
A nice
like Danny
veteran.
Green.
Their
Expiring
oldest.
deal.
Okay, so maybe the case is then that their oldest player last season was 28. They were by far exceeded expectations, so they're kind of like not like what the Knicks did, but they're thinking, all right, like yeah, we just got the 2 seed, but we want to value this continuity. We still want to like grow up our home roster. Like we still want to grow our draft picks and who we currently want to develop and progress these players.
So what's their record next year, or what's your prediction, Swaggy? Still a 50-win team, or are they a top 5 seed?
All right, before I answer that, let me just say this. So in the regular season last year, the Grizzlies, they swept the Warriors, and they would have beat them if Ja didn't get injured, just so everyone knows. Just want to get that out of the way. But yeah, I think record-wise, they'll win over 50 games for sure. I don't think they'll be the second seed again, being honest, but no one's going to want to play this team, dude, especially because Taylor Jenkins is one of the youngest and just best coaches in the league. And yeah, never count out a Memphis team, dude. They've still got that grit and grind to them, but also with a much better offense. So yeah, it's pretty much where I have them.
Yeah, I love that grit and grind quote, because I always say this is like the modern grit and grind with some pace and space put into it. Like they play with like such like an edge.
I have a hot take, Swaggy. Close your ears. John Morant will never win a championship. Never. No way.
Are you one of those people who
Yeah.
believes athletic point guards can't win championships?
I love athletic point guards, but they can't win, and they never have ever in the history of basketball. Tell me the most athletic point guard to win a ring.
Derrick Rose, nah.
Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas.
Isaiah Thomas is not athletic.
No, like Isaiah Thomas, Pistons. Isaiah Thomas.
Oh, would you compare Isaiah to D Rose, Russ, and Ja? I wouldn't.
Yeah, but I guess. But he was an athletic point guard of his time.
Yeah, but he wasn't what these guys are now.
Wait, hold on. Can I add something to that?
Yeah.
So you guys know how Ja got injured, obviously, against the Warriors, right?
Yeah, the knee.
Yeah. So before he went down with that injury, he made more threes in that series than Clay and Curry. So he's not just athletic. Yeah, that's a true stat.
What was
Ja
his shooting
red hot.
percentage?
It was at least like 40%.
Oh, okay. Word.
Yeah.
Ja was shooting well in the playoffs. I just think Jaw's whole thing is Johnny, like he's not he can pass the ball, but he's not an elite passer. Like Tyus Jones is a way better passer than Jaw.
Yeah.
And I know you can teach someone to be a better passer, but can you teach someone how to have better vision? You know?
I'm not too worried.
No,
about
not
vision
really.
with Ja.
That's the one thing I think why Jaw.
I don't. Sorry.
I think no. I was just gonna say is like I've told Jackson this. I think he should follow the Chris Paul route. If you look at Chris Paul was always a better passer, but people forget Chris Paul when he was on the Hornets. He was literally like John Morant, like Derrick Rose, like an athletic dunking. Old Chris Paul was an athletic, like young Chris Paul was an athletic.
Ja has a 44-inch vertical.
I'm not listening to comparisons of Chris Paul and John Morant.
I want to see what
you can't do it.
I don't look
as far as athleticism goes. I think Ja. Yeah, that's just my issue is longevity. We've never really. I don't worry about Ja as a player at all. I just don't know how you win with athletic point guards. I think if that's just a me thing though. Like if I was building a team, I wouldn't want a Ja. I'd want a Chris Paul. I'd want a facilitator. I'd want a playmaker, which I guess Ja is. But like I don't know. I want a pass first, stereotypical John Stockton type point guard
over the guy that's going to give you 30 a night.
Yeah. And then also trash talk when you just lost. So yeah.
38.5-inch vertical Chris Paul coming out of college.
If Ja was on my favorite team, I'd love that man to death.
I wouldn't take Luka over Ja.
No really? Way. I would take Luka over Ja.
Ja, there's just something different about Ja, dude. Like he wants it more than anyone. From someone that watches him every day.
I love
stop eating McDonald's, but I guess Luka does the same.
I've already talked about this. I just think another thing, Ja. I know this is like this. You know, there's no problem drinking alcohol or anything, but Ja posts a lot of like him just
like young.
Yeah, but no. I'm just there's nothing.
You gotta wonder. I just don't know how long his body is gonna hold up. Like,
he's not just athletic. Is the thing though? Like even if Ja wasn't athletic, he'd still be good.
Yeah, but if Ja wasn't athletic, I wouldn't really give a shit about him. Like he'd be like what, Desmond Bain? I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Bain's like look what Aaron said. Luka is a me guy. Ja's the complete opposite. He's all Memphis first, teammates first.
I don't think
neither of them are gonna win, but
I don't think Luka is a me guy in a selfish way. I just think he's an introvert. Like he goes to Europe for the off season. What do you mean? Luka Doncic almost averaged a triple double. He does pass, and
so did Harden.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
they're still 1 and 2 in usage.
No, I agree. I just think with Luka Doncic, he's a me guy in the sense that I'm trying to think of a superstar. You could say it's kind of like how the NBA tried to make Giannis the star of the face of the NBA, and he kind of just told them nah, and that's why they don't push Giannis down your throat anymore. They push more Trae Young and shit down your throat now. But I think
Ja down throats.
Or Ja too, they shove Ja down your throat. But I think Luka Doncic, they want Luka to be like Dirk, to be like this leader by example, and he's just kind of like, I'm gonna just do me and focus on me, and hopefully everyone follows.
I mean, Luka is so good that I can understand why he would think I'm better than everyone, so I care about no one. I don't think it's that he doesn't care about no one. It's more that he trusts himself and wants the ball in his hands. I just don't know. I don't think he'll win in Dallas. We were talking about this yesterday. I was saying he'll leave Dallas and join Silas and the Rockets.
He was also an above-average defender last year. He had 109.
He's got to come back in shape. I don't know what's with these young.
That's another thing I do agree. No shape. But here, let's jump over to the Pelicans.
How do you show up fat?
So they gave the Pelicans B+ when the Pelicans didn't really do much. But what do you think of their offseason? They drafted Dyson Daniels, who I thought was a fantastic pick.
Yeah, so actually, Dyson Daniels, the one thing he can't do is shoot threes, but he's working with the same trainer that basically turned Lonzo Ball into an elite shooter when he was in New Orleans. So I think Dyson Daniels is going to be definitely an all-star type of player. I love him. He
In
can play.
practice, he looked good
Yeah,
from the
yeah, no, he's
corner.
great. And yeah, they gave Zion that huge 5-year max extension, which is well deserved. I mean,
With
you're
the fat
looking at
clause.
with his weight, make sure that he could stay in shape because that's Zion's problem, dude. We know what he brings to the basketball court, but that's when he's on the basketball court. So, but yeah, I mean, you look at what I said right there, like Anthony Davis and Chris Paul, even Drew Holiday. Like the Pelicans had some studs, but they just couldn't keep them. Like everyone's trying to leave and go win, but I feel like the Pelicans right now have a championship level team, and it's going to sound silly because people don't follow the Pelicans. Like, let's be real, like no one really follows them. But once they see how good this team really is with Ingram and CJ and Jonas Valanciunas and Willie Green and a guy, these young guys coming off the bench, dude, like Trey Murphy, the way, he was in the second half of the season on catch and shoot, he was 46% from three
He
in the
went from
second half.
being a guy that everyone thought was a bust to like, holy shit, he just shed the bust label like with his second half season performance.
Yeah, dude, they got a team over there in New Orleans. Definitely hop on it before it's too late because this team is going places. I think they can beat just about anyone in the West at full strength, without a doubt. So
Yeah, no, I think this team, you look, the starting lineup's probably gonna be CJ McCollum, Brandon Ingram, Herb Jones, Zion, and Jonas, with I assume Jose Alvarado, Trey Murphy, Jackson Hayes, Dyson Daniels,
Devontae
Larry
Graham.
Nance. I'm surprised they didn't try to move Devontae, but Devontae Graham, people don't know this. He was, I think, a top 5 catch and shoot 3-point shooter. If you look at all the catch and shoot scenarios, I think he shot at like 42% almost, like just in catch and shoot scenarios. So if he just only shoots catch and shoot threes, and he's a good defender, how does he fit into the picture? Kira Lewis Jr.
Yeah, that's the question with the Pelicans because they've got Lewis, they've got Alvarado, and they've got Graham. They all bring different things to the game. So it's like, how do you manage these minutes? But at the end of the day, having all these good players is only a benefit. So even if you don't know where to play them. So yeah.
It is. It's just I was very high on Lewis coming out of college, Alabama, right?
Yeah.
And he arguably, before he tore his ACL, he was maybe him or De'Aaron Fox were the fastest point guards in the NBA. Like Kira Lewis, like baseline to baseline, he is so fucking fast. I don't know what his role is because you got Alvarado, like you said, the defensive guy who he's just a fucking pass first defense guy, And then you have Devontae Graham, defense, catch and shoot threes, and then Kira Lewis Jr., who's more just I guess you would say offensive microwave.
Yeah, he could be like a change of pace if they want him to come in and do that or something like that. Or is that? I guess that might only be in football. I don't know if that's a basketball thing.
No, that is a thing. That is a thing.
Yeah.
You have your change of pace guard. You're just a guy who just comes in and Jordan Clarkson's a change of pace guy. He comes in and he just fucking shoots so much in like 20, 30 minutes. What do you give him a B plus? I give him a B. My big thing is who the bench scoring. It's going to have to be a group thing more than they don't have a 6th man who's going to come in and drop 30.
That's a fair point. I mean, this team definitely is their strength is their starting lineup. But just knowing the Pelicans, in their defense, but just knowing the Pelicans, there'll be a guy that just really steps up and kind of exceeds expectations, I feel like, with this team.
So what's your grade on them?
Graham dropping 18.
I like a B plus, dude. You get Zion locked up, you drop Dyson Daniels, and dude, with the way Murphy looked in the summer league, scoring 30 in both the games he played. Wow, man, this team looks great.
So you think they're what, the 5th seed?
Honestly, I think if they stay healthy, they'll be even higher than that. I really like the Pelicans a lot.
Word. All right, let's move over and wrap it up with the Knicks. They give them an incomplete. Do you think they even get Donovan Mitchell?
No, that they backed out
They
because of the
did.
price. Yeah, the owner apparently backed out. Like James Dolan, he doesn't want
Oh,
it anymore.
so what's your give them a grade then?
I would give the Knicks probably this. I give them a B
Okay.
because they get Jalen Brunson, which was their biggest need this offseason. They needed a point guard. And Brunson statistically is better without Luka on the court. I know a lot of people are like, well, he played with Luka. Well, no, he was better without Luka because Luka's the most ball dominant player in the NBA.
Mhm.
Jalen Brunson's a stud, bro. He's not an all-star, but he's borderline all-star type of player. When his contract ends, he'll be 29, which is a fantastic move by the Knicks. Isaiah Hartenstein, the last like 10-ish games of the season, he was shooting, over 40% from three. We know he can pass. We know he's one of the best rim protectors in the league, statistically
Yeah.
speaking. And Mitchell Robinson, you lock him up, 15 million a year for 4 years. Mitchell Robinson has like Rudy Gobert type of potential if he can just get there with his defense. Came out of high school, second round pick. And yeah, Donovan Mitchell would be great, but I'm not giving up 6 first-round picks and my entire young core for Donovan Mitchell. You can't win a championship with that guy as your number one option. I could honestly, if he was to go to Brooklyn, man, that'd be scary. I'd love him in Brooklyn, but for the Knicks, like I think the Knicks should just completely just get this going with the young core. Quentin Grimes is another guy to keep an eye on, dude. He was runner-up to Summer League MVP. It looks like he's going to start, dude. I think Quentin Grimes is. I think the Knicks are leaning towards starting him at the 2 over Fournier. So wow, man, that's going to be awesome to see.
Yeah, I made a video on Quinn Grimes being the breakout player because people forget when he played at KU. People forget when he was a 5-star recruit. He was actually a lead guard. He was a point guard. And then when he went to Houston, they made him a wing player. And in the summer league, we started to see some of that shot creation, lead guard tendencies to be displayed again. And I think definitely at the wing position, he's a guy who can easily be a 15 points per game, grab like 5 rebounds, and dish out 3 assists a game easily, I think, while shooting like 36 from 3.
And gives you good defense too is the big thing with Grimes.
Yeah, he's a two-way guy. He's what, 6'6" almost with a 6'10" wingspan or some shit. He's got the length to
All right,
be
dude, I got to address these comments, dude, because I'm
What's
a
up?
Knicks fan. So the Knicks young core won't be great. So if you look at the Knicks in this the last 2 months of the season, they played the best basketball of their season. Why was that? Oh, because they went to Quickly, they went to Obi Toppin. Julius Randle obviously was shut down. So I do think the Knicks young core will be very good. I'm not saying that the Knicks have a couple of all-stars, but like I mean, Emmanuel Quickly, there's just something different about him, dude. Like whenever he's on the court, good things happen. Obi Toppin was shooting it was only 5 games when Randall was shut down, but in those 5 games, he shot over 40% from 3. And it's just, I really like what the Knicks have going on, dude. I think they'll be a playoff team with or without Mitchell. So, and then,
I agree. Like, I mean, quickly, I've told Jackson this, went to high school 15 minutes away from me. So I got to see him in person. And I love Emmanuel Quickly. He's a great combo guard. He's a guy, good defender. He's smart. He's a good secondary ball handler. Then Miles McBride, people forget how much of a defensive dog he was at West Virginia. Jericho Sims can jump out the gym, and he's such a lob threat. He's literally like a tight end catching lobs in the red zone, basically. And then you have, honestly, their Obi Toppin was almost a 18-10 guy last year when Julius Randle was out. Then you also have on that team, I think the worst young guy they have is Cam Reddish, which, I mean, is kind of a good thing because I think Cam Reddish, they don't need to play him. They have Grimes in front of him. And honestly, I think Evan Fournier should be their 6th man. You put Grimes in the starting lineup for the defense. Have Evan Fournier come in and be the 6th man to score off the bench. What do you think of that?
Yeah, so I do agree with Grimes in the starting lineup. But like the thing about Cam Reddish is Coach Thibodeau came out and said, like, dude, why did we trade for this guy? I didn't want him here.
Yeah.
No, let me play him less minutes in New York than he played in Atlanta. The reason why the Hawks traded him is because they didn't have any space for him. The Knicks need a small forward that can defend. I mean, Cam Reddish is 6'8" with a 6'10" wingspan, so he's got good size in him. He's a young player. I mean, Anthony Edwards, he was asked in an interview, who's the toughest player you've ever had to guard in your life? And he was like, oh, that's Cam Reddish. So this guy is just not in an NBA rotation when Anthony Edwards, the number 1 pick, is saying that. So I feel like he just needs a good fit, and I think he'll get that in the Knicks. But it's going to come down to Coach Tibb. He has to start believing in these young guys. He was forced to due to injuries. Kemba was injured. Julius Randle was shut down. who else? There was a couple of like veteran players for the Knicks that just got injured, and that forced Coach Tibb to get these young guys in, and they started to play well. So, yeah, I really do believe in the Knicks. RJ Barrett is going to be probably their best player moving forward. Julius Randle is still in his mid-20s, and we know he was just second-team All-NBA a couple years ago, and he's in the best shape of his life. If you look at the photos, Jericho Sims, you mentioned him, dude. He's fantastic. Doesn't give you anything outside of catching lobs, but he's or
putbacks.
Yeah, he's dope though. I love Jericho Sims.
He's just DeAndre Jordan 2.0.
Yeah, honestly.
I love this team. All right, so I interviewed Kevin Schonard of the Hawks.com lead writer, and basically Cam Reddish was, he didn't say this, but from what I took from the interview, was a detriment to the Hawks locker room because he kind of was like upset he wasn't having the numbers he wanted to have. And he was like, as soon as they traded Cam Reddish, the team started playing better. So that kind of says something. I just think Cam Reddish needs to be on like the Detroit Pistons or the Thunder or the Rockets or the Magic, or a team where he can just get a shit ton of playing time. You know, I think Cam Reddish just needs.
We want him. We'll take him.
I'd take him over Jae'Sean Tate just because of his size.
Yep.
Yeah, he just needs to go on a rebuilding. Like, why aren't the Pacers trading for him? You know, the Pacers, Cam Reddish could start for them. Like, imagine Tyrese Haliburton, Chris Duarte, Cam Reddish. I guess it would be Miles Turner. Benedict can come off the bench for his review.
No, I think
you have to start
Benedict over Reddish.
Run Reddish at the 4, okay, and just have Buddy Hield off the bench. Go super long.
Then just run him at the 2 and have Buddy off the bench.
Reddish, Duarte, Mathurin, Tyrese Haliburton, Turner. You know how fucking that team would kill you in transition.
They should just run a 5-guard lineup. No, they should run a 4-guard lineup with IT or IJ as the 5-man. I really like Isaiah Jackson.
IJ.
Or not Jalen. Yeah, is it Jalen Smith?
O'Shea Brissett at the 5.
Yeah, they did that. They're not
league winner, dude. Fantasy league winner. Dude wanted me a lot of
Brissett.
money. Yeah, he wanted me like $1,000.
That's fucking dope. I'm about to sign up for my fantasy football, and like we're doing $100 buy-in, and dude, be fucking dope to win fan. Like, I'm actually going hard this year in fantasy football. About to be on the waiver. I've never played fantasy basketball. Is that fun?
Dude, honestly, it's the best, dude, because it just makes you turn on games and like watch, and you just learn so much.
I already watch every game, but maybe I do fantasy basketball this year.
It's so fun, dude.
I have like 2 TVs on always, and I just try to switch if there's multiple. I also have a huge like axe, or what is it, axe to pick or whatever, grind to gear. Is the NBA stops starting games at the same time or staggering them 30 minutes. Start the games at 5, and if you're gonna have 5 games, literally start them between 5 to 10, and have the West Coast games start at like 10 and 9, and have the East Coast games start at like 5. Okay, and like they have them spaced out. No, they space them by 30 minutes, starting at 6 o'clock or 7 p.m. Okay.
Yeah, I got 6, 7, 8. They're
like they do them 30 minutes apart. So
it's because you don't want.
You should do them an hour.
You don't want
an
to be
hour
in LA
apart.
At 8:30 on a Monday night going to a basketball game.
Fuck them. Make them an hour apart. And then the worst is, you know, like how they switch between Tuesday and Thursday being the off day, where they only have 2 or 3 games.
Yeah.
Why don't they make that fucking like? I mean, that is actually Tuesday or Thursday is probably the best, but I don't get why they don't. Also, they don't play more games at like noon on a Saturday or Sunday. They always start them at. I love the noon games.
Yeah.
They start them at like 2:30 or like 4 p.m. I'm like, bro, you should just have basketball. You should have like 10 games from like noon to 10 p.m. on a Saturday and Sunday. Yeah, like you should have all day Saturday and Sunday NBA, every fucking hour, a new game start from noon to 10.
The Rockets played the Pistons sometime this past season at like 11 or something. I remember I went and got breakfast and
What's
ate
your
it while I was watching Rockets play. It was like so cool.
What's your grade for the Knicks as we wrap this up?
Incomplete. I give him a B.
I give them a B.
Chat is killing them, man. I love what the Knicks did this offseason.
No one in the chat definitely watched the Knicks play basketball.
We got some Hawks fans. We got a lot of
like I don't think there's a Knicks fan in the chat.
yeah.
So they didn't watch the Knicks.
They got like what was it, 2 or 3 additional first-round picks in the future too during the draft.
I think
they're loaded.
3. I think it was 3. I think they got 3.
They're completely.
They moved on from some terrible contracts they gave out. I think they.
I don't even know why there's this hype to trade Randall. Randall had a horrible efficiency year, just like RJ, right? Shot 41% from the field, which is really bad. You don't want that. It's 5% less than his most improved season, but he still dropped 21, 10, and 5. I don't know who's
on a down season, and he's in his mid-20s.
Yeah, and he's on a 20. He's getting only 23 mil this next season. So if we're talking a 24, 10, and 6 player making only 20-something mil a year, and he's not even your number one option, as you're saying, dude, your best option is RJ Barrett moving forward, and then you have Jalen Brunson. And if you don't think Jalen Brunson is good, I would recommend to watch him without Luka because he can get that job done. What was his average without Luka? 21 and 7.
Oh yeah, it was like 22 and 7. And
yeah,
and also Thurman. Dude, I gotta talk to Thurman, bro. That's why you watch these type of shows and not ESPN. Because then if you go to ESPN, they're gonna say Jalen Brunson's overpaid. Would you rather have D'Angelo Russell or Jalen Brunson? Yeah, of course they are.
Brunson.
Yeah, exactly. So and like, how is he overpaid?
They're only paying him $25 million, basically.
Yeah,
it's a steal. And by the time Jalen Brunson's contract is up, he will be considered one of the best point guard contracts in the whole league.
Well, Jackson and I have talked a lot. People don't realize that like 2 years, the salary cap is going to jump, and Jalen Brunson's going to be like incredibly underpaid.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly.
Like
exactly.
And
no one talks about this salary jump. It's so annoying, dude.
Yeah,
there's not a single soul ever that I watch that talks about this salary jump.
Every time there's a long-term deal, you and I go, "There's going to be a great deal in like 2 years when that's
exactly.
So we're like,
breaking news, guys, but not what? So do you guys watch baseball or no? Yeah, Juan Soto just got traded.
Whoa, from to who?
He's going to the Padres.
Dude, the Padres have gotten. Don't they have Machado?
Yeah, MVP player right now.
Machado's doing good.
And Tatis is coming back.
Yeah, he's like top 3 in MVP.
Well, he's going to be upset when the Orioles win the championship this year. Everybody's going to be mad.
What's up, Euro? Oh my god.
Yeah, it's Zero, not Euro. But
Zero the Euro.
But
so
no,
who do they get back? I guess it doesn't. I wouldn't know.
Prospects and picks. I don't fucking understand.
I'm still waiting for Willie Contreras and Ian Happ to get traded.
Alrighty though, Swaggy, thank you for coming on. I'm gonna put your info.
You're like below. Our Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, you want to come on more regularly, Swaggy?
Yeah, dude. Just let me know. Let me know. I'll be around. So
we're down to have you on as much as you'd like. It actually was great having like a third person to bounce, you know, and just talking to this shithead.
I might need you. Like, well, I'm driving to Nashville, then to Outer Banks, and then I'm driving home, and then I have to drive and move to Florida. So my mid to late August,
sounds
I'm gonna
fucked.
Make it work. I might need a hand.
What? Yeah, we might need guest hosts.
Yeah, just let me know, man.
I'll down. I'll fucking. I need to follow you on Twitter, so I can DM you.
All right, bet. I can send you it or something.
Yeah. I got you. It sounds like a plan. All right. So, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say I have like 12 followers, but yeah.
No, it's fine just to communicate because then I can get your Snapchat through there or some shit. So it's just easier.
Why don't you just start? You don't use Snapchat, do you? And why don't you just
I'm not
back
on
to Twitter?
What, Twitter?
I can't. It's gone. I had a lot of followers. It's gone.
Damn.
It's depressing.
Yeah, it's cool.
Well, if you guys enjoyed the show, be a friend and tell a friend. If you didn't like it, just forget it ever fucking happened. Follow Swaggy. I'll put his information in the description and follow Jackson on whatever. If you guys missed the show, check it out on streaming, where you get your podcast. But it's not a fucking podcast; it's an internet show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you get at Chick-fil-A yesterday, real quick? Did you get the wrap or the
Deluxe spicy chicken sandwich,
Oh,
large fries with
I don't want to get chick.
with an Arnold Palmer.
I feel like a piece of shit when I go to the gym and then I go get like a fast food though.
I got it as a reward. I played a guy who was 6'7" in basketball, and I was fucking winded. No, I wasn't winded, but like I was sore. It was like honestly like really sore. All right, I'm done. I got a shit, so been holding that one in.
Peace,
Peace, boys. Thank you.
Love,
Swaggy.
Yeah, man. Peace out, bro.
Hope to talk soon. Peace.